The story is about a woman who wins $8.7 million in the lottery but hides it from her family. She grew up in a household where her family treated her as a financial resource, favoring her sister and exploiting her generosity. After observing her family's behavior over months, she confronts their entitlement and lies, particularly after a fake cancer scam attempt. Ultimately, she cuts ties with them, claims her independence, and uses her money to help those genuinely in need. The narrative is about empowerment, boundaries, and self-respect. Rain-slicked streets of suburban Ohio reflected neon gas station signs. The protagonist, 29, walked under an umbrella, hoodie drawn tight, coffee in hand, silently recounting the years of being invisible, yet endlessly responsible. The aroma of burnt sugar from the donut stand mingled with the damp air, as if the universe itself mocked her laborious life. In her childhood home, love had always been conditional. Her mother's smile was a ledger, her sister, Emma, a golden investment. She remembered birthdays filled with competition, her sister celebrated, while her triumphs were met with neutral nods. College graduation wasn't joy, it was a transaction, another opportunity for her to bail Emma out. She sipped coffee, glanced at her reflection in the puddle, and thought of all the times she had been the family ATM, $60,000 handed over in increments of guilt, crises, and quiet manipulation. Every family dinner had been rehearsed. Every toast a veiled demand. Every hug a silent calculation. And then, that Tuesday in March, everything changed. A ticket bought on a whim for a $200 million Powerball. The office parking lot. Hands shaking. Heart hammering. 6 numbers aligned. Her life, as she knew it, would never be the same. $8.7 million after taxes. Her first instinct, conditioned for 29 years, was to call her mother. But she paused. In that moment, clarity cut through decades of learned compliance. If she shared, it would become theirs in minutes. She did not call. Instead, she consulted Patricia, the lottery attorney, who told her the truth no one wants to hear. Family and friends often bankrupt winners faster than bad investments. For the first time, she realized observation was her weapon. She would watch. Wait. Record every instinct, every reaction, every test of entitlement. She returned to work, her modest apartment, the 7-year-old Toyota. Nothing on the surface had changed, but inside, everything had shifted. Her mother's birthday came and went, a ritual of manipulation disguised as celebration. She smiled, handed over $200, and noted every micro-expression, every practiced warmth. Emma's engagement? More calculations, more pleas veiled as casual requests. Thanksgiving? Another stage, another rehearsal of guilt, laughter, and obligation. She watched. She learned. And she waited. The apartment felt smaller as she considered the coming months. Emma's texts landed like tiny grenades. Can you help with the wedding? We need a house. Each word reminded her of every sacrificed night of sleep, every borrowed dollar, every ignored need of her own. She kept living her life as usual, work, groceries, quiet evenings, but every interaction became an analysis. A smile at the grocery store, a comment at the office, a birthday wish from her parents, all were measured. How much warmth was genuine? How much was manipulation waiting for a payout? She imagined them calculating silently, tallying up debts they expected her to pay. The fake cancer scare months later did not surprise her, only confirmed what she already knew. When her mother's trembling voice whispered desperation on the phone, a part of her quivered, but the rational mind, the observer, remained steady. Verification revealed the lie. Every meal, every call, every gathering became a psychological laboratory. Emma's engagement party was a display of entitlement, casual discussions of down payments, cars, furniture, all aimed at her. She let them speak, let them reveal themselves fully. Every word added weight to the ledger she had been keeping. She began crafting a plan. Not revenge, not malice, but clarity. A line drawn, a boundary built from years of endurance. Observation revealed patterns, and patterns revealed truth. They were incapable of unconditional love. They loved what she could provide, not her. And now she had the power to choose differently. The phone rang on a cold January morning. Her mother, voice trembling, claimed a terminal cancer diagnosis. Alarm seized her chest, but the careful observer remained cautious. Something felt off. She verified routine checkup, no diagnosis. Rage and disbelief collided with clarity. Emma's casual request for $200,000 hit differently this time. She saw her sister not as a sibling, but as an entitlement machine conditioned by years of indulgence. The weight of decades of unreciprocated sacrifice sharpened her focus. She imagined a final confrontation, the moment when truth would strike harder than any financial loss. The fake crisis had tested her loyalty. The engagement request tested her patience. The observer had become the executor. Every tactic, every plea, every tear shed by her family was now transparent. She could see through the act, the manipulation, the rehearsed emotions. The midpoint was not about money, it was about realization, empowerment, and the first spark of liberation. The family meeting was staged like a courtroom. Her parents and sister performed their script perfectly: anger, tears, accusations. But she had rehearsed too, not for performance, but for truth. She listed every dollar she had given them, $63,000. And the ledger of gratitude was empty. Every emotional appeal was met with silence. Her mind raced with every moment of exploitation, every unreciprocated sacrifice. She felt a calm, cold clarity. For decades, she had been compliant. Now she would be deliberate. Her boundaries would be absolute. The stage was set. The climax approached. This confrontation would be final. No more manipulation, no more debt of loyalty demanded. Her calm voice cut through the room, each word deliberate, slicing through the performance. She announced her winnings, $8.7 million, and the room paused. Shock, calculation, greed, and entitlement washed over them. And then, the truth, none of it was theirs. Volcanic rage erupted. Mother screamed, Emma raged, father pleaded. But she stood firm. Every plea was met with her unyielding boundaries. No money would pass into their hands. No guilt could bend her. The room became a storm of entitlement versus empowerment. She had spent a lifetime being taken for granted. Now, she had the power to reclaim her life, her joy, her peace. Every accusation, every emotional manipulation dissolved in the face of her clarity. She walked out. Each step a liberation. Every call blocked, every message ignored. The avalanche of guilt and pressure from family and extended relatives collapsed harmlessly around her. Finally, she exhaled. Free, unburdened, independent. Wealth, she realized, was meaningless without control and peace. She used her wealth for those who mattered. First-generation college students, families drowning in medical debt, victims of abuse. Anonymous donations, scholarships, tangible change. Peace replaced dread. Joy replaced anxiety. Her apartment smelled like coffee, candles, and quiet freedom. She woke without obligation, answered her phone without fear, smiled without calculation. The toxic family was gone, and with them, the invisible chains of guilt and manipulation. Her fortune had not bought happiness, it had bought boundaries. Her story became one of empowerment, morality, and self-respect. The audience felt catharsis, moral satisfaction, and the undeniable truth. Sometimes love is not blood but choice.